What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So right now on the screen we got Coach Corey Wayne. Let women come to you. So before we go into the video, I skipped ahead a little bit into the video. I've seen this video before. So I just want to, bring up certain points that are important and that are, my own. Overdoing this for the past like four and a half years. This is also going to be in my book, but what a lot of guys get wrong is trying to force things. First of all, a lot of guys choose the wrong women. Okay. And this happens when you want something or want someone so bad that you continue to fail in doing any vetting because you want something. So it's kind of like being able to, you're willing to do whatever it takes to get something, even if it's bad for you, right? A lot of people will do that. So I see guys do this all the time. And then they come to me and they're like, hey, Kyle, how do I fix the situation? I'm like, you want to go back to this woman? What? Right now, I have a couple of students right now that are like, how do I reattract her? How do I do this? How do I do that? And pulling away and coming back into your own energy is an action in and of itself. It's just not it doesn't seem powerful to you because you want to see, it's kind of like, imagine if you punched a punching bag and you saw the actual movement of the punching bag. You want immediate gratification. And that's the society that we have today, is immediate gratification. Delayed gratification is almost always going to trump immediate and instant gratification. So when somebody, when you want someone back, you have to understand that you need to let them come to you. You need to let them miss you. Again, this is going to be in the book. Okay. My book is going to be a 3-part series: breakups, dating, and then self-improvement, spirituality, how to let go, how I let go of things. And look, I'm only 32. So anybody who buys the book, I want you to understand that, and people will be like, oh, age is just a number. Look, experience is everything. Okay. And I'm experiencing a lot of dating, breakup stuff through my students and watching them go through things, because I still have a lot of them, access to a lot of them, all of them, because a lot of them are like, okay, I don't want my ex back. I just want to go and find a new girl, because I've come to realize that getting back with my ex is just going to be a waste of fucking time. It's not going to be a good thing for me. So this is important for anybody going through a breakup, or if you're in a dating, if you're dating somebody and, things are going well, right? There's inevitably going to be a time where she just goes, you know what? I'm just going to not text him back for a little bit longer than normal. Okay. And then you're going to go, oh, what the fuck do I do? I have another guy who's doing that right now. And I said, have you read the books? Do you know the fundamentals? And he's like, no. Right? Guys, there's nothing special about this material. Once you learn it, you learn it. It's the game. Okay. It's kind of like if you and I were to both play Mario, okay, this is ages ago, right? I'm fucking playing Overwatch 2 right now. If I play Mario, right, and I've mastered it, right? I've done all the levels. I've leveled up inside of that game, right? Any game, you can pick a game. And if I've been playing it longer than you, or if I've spent more time studying it, trying to figure out how it works, trying to see those shortcuts that I can take, if there are any, without, fucking yourself over, then I'm going to do it, right? This is any skill. You guys understand, so, and then there will be people that are just, they jump into the game for the first time, right? And they're like, how do I beat level 7? It's like, well, you've never even beat level 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this is what a lot of guys are trying to do. I hope you understand my analogy here. A lot of guys are trying to skip past the work. A lot of guys are trying to get me to hold their hand and go, hey, Kyle, what do I do in this situation? I'm like, look, if you learn the fundamentals, because in level 7, maybe there's a little thing in the game that goes against all the rules of the game. But since you have the game sense, you're going to go, maybe I can do this. Okay. And that's what it is. So once you guys understand women and how they operate, what they're looking for in a man, what attractive behavior is and what not attractive behavior is, what being dominant versus submissive is. And there's going to be points in your relationship where she shines, and there's going to be moments where you shine as a man. Now, in today's society, this is going to be a little bit skewed because a lot of women are being fed that they should, be in the workplace. And I don't have a problem with women in the workplace. I really don't. But there needs to be a specific balance, right? Women still need to be, because so many women are so career focused now. instead of being family focused. And there's basically an attack against the family right now. And my personal opinion is it has to do with money. Okay. They want money from all facets of, the man, the woman, the children, if they could. Right. So, but there's an attack against the idea of the family right now. And if you look around, they're again, this comes to, if a woman wants to be in the workplace, wants to make money, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just women are being lied to and saying, look, this is the kind of life that you're going to live if you just focus on your career. And then a lot of women, Jordan Peterson said this in one of his things, and he said a lot of women, by the time that they reach a certain age, they regret focusing so much on their career, and they hope they had wished that they started a family and gotten married or whatever the case may be. So this is the stuff that's going around right now, right? So again, if there's balance, right, as long as that person could, because I believe that women should be able to make money. I don't have a fucking problem with that. That's fine. They should be able to make their own choices, right? So that's completely fine. It's just there needs to be an understanding of what is going to happen to the family, right? To the idea of the family dynamic when that does happen. And then again, it's as long as there's balance, as long as there's an agreement between the two people inside the relationship, it's fine. But the idea is this is going to be a little skewed because a lot of women today are not used to the quality of men have also come down. That's another issue. Guys don't understand the game enough. And this is what I want you guys to understand, that you can learn this stuff. And then once you have a knowledge of it, you can start applying it and seeing what works. And many of you guys, many people have only had a handful of relationships in their lives and even interactions with women that were positive. Okay. And you guys need to understand, it's just a numbers game like anything else. Okay. So they're going to be, and here's the thing, like I said before, there are going to be women that are interested in you, and there are women that are not going to be interested in you at all. Just the way that the game works. Okay. The more handsome you are, the more options you're going to have. Same with women. The more beautiful you are, the more men are going to want you. It's just the way that it is. It's the way the world works, but you got to work with what you have and stop being jealous and stop going after people who, being hateful. Work with what you got. Okay. Here's the thing. You can get in the gym, start losing weight like I have, right? Start looking better, start dressing better. There are going to be videos that I'm going to be covering on this channel that are going to help you in that. It's going to be called, the playlist will be called like self-improvement or leveling up, something like that. And we're going to cover some other YouTubers that I watch, and I have them open on one of my browsers. So it's ready to go. And it's not going to get a lot of views, but it's going to be helpful for young men to start going in that direction, because there's a lot of people, like I'm 32, like I said, there are people out there that really do want to help. Because right now, young men are basically straight up under attack. They want those young men confused. So, conspiracy theories aside, if I can provide any kind of direction and leadership to anybody, I'm happy. Okay, and you guys should check out my blog as well. It's just under masculineenergy.net, masculine energy with 2 E's. So it'll be in the description box below, and you guys can check that out. There's going to be blog posts and shit like that there for you guys to check out. And let's get to what Corey has to say.
Take those opportunities when a woman contacts you and use them as an opportunity to set your next definite date.
So this particular video is more geared towards dating. Okay. So instead of it being about like a breakup, so there's going to be 2 instances, and I'm going to clear them up actually right now before we go forward. It just triggered in my mind, so I apologize for pausing the video so early. But when you are going through a breakup, right, and you've gone no contact, you have to let them come to you that way, right? Like a lot of guys are confused because they're like, okay, do I reach out to her because we have kids, or do I do this and do I do that? There's going to be a blog post on my website about all of those like intricate no contact questions so that you guys can check them out. Okay. Because I get those all the time. And again, they're going to be in my book. They're going to be on my blog, and they're going to be available because I get those intricate questions a lot. What if I neglected her, Kyle? What do I do? Do I do no contact? Right. That I get those questions. So those are going to be on my blog. I'm going to put them there, and of course they'll have a video, but the videos don't get a lot of views when I put those out. So, but when you're in a dating situation, right? And you guys are, you have to first set a date, right? When you set a date with a woman, say it's Monday and the date's for Friday. Okay. Now with modern women today and the way that modern communication is going and modern texting, I have seen a little bit more success when they have a little bit of a text communication, either every other day, sometimes daily. But again, it's not revealing completely, what you're doing all the time. And the reason why is a lot of women these days want that communication from you, because if you don't get it, they're just going to go to a guy that gives it to them to a degree. You have to sort of walk this fine balance. This is what I've observed, guys. Okay. So Corey will say, hey, set a date for Monday. Say you set a date on Monday for Friday. Okay. Corey will say, don't say anything until then. Build the anticipation. Okay. I have seen guys try that. And what ends up happening is, that girl will say, do you not care? Do you not want to see me? And she'll just assume that you're not showing up on the date because you guys haven't communicated since then. Right. And that is a great way to stand out. It really is. However, a lot of women, like I said today, a lot of them are fucking Fruit Loops, to be quite honest with you. So all you have to do is say, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. How you doing today? Right. And it can be quick. How are you? How you doing? Looking forward to the date. Bam, you're gone. Okay. If it goes on a little bit longer, that's fine. Just don't fucking reveal how you're feeling about her all the fucking time. Okay. So again, say it's set for Friday and it's Monday. On Wednesday, you can say, looking forward to the date. How are you? And then see if she says that on Thursday. See, you have to sort of play this anticipation game. You have to see what she's willing to say. Does she say that to you? Blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be able to pick up how interested she is versus another woman that you're seeing. Okay. So an ex is a totally different story. An ex coming back to you, again, is, and this will be in my book, but it's a whole different story. Because if an ex hits you up, right, getting information is the most important thing. Women are never really fucking single, to be quite honest with you, right? Especially today. A very small percentage of them are fucking single. She's either with another guy before, she's seeing some other dude, but she likes you better. So, being absolutely perfect is hard to do. She's always going to have attention from somewhere else. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to be stronger and, you need to get information if this is an ex. Okay. So if you're going to get information, okay, you need to figure out where she's at mentally and how she's thinking about you. Now, if she's reaching out to you saying, hey, how are you? After you guys have broken up for, a few weeks, months or whatever, she's been thinking about you and you say, hey, I'm doing well. How are you? Right. A lot of guys want to ignore women for some reason. Somewhere you guys are learning this, to ignore people completely, and you don't have to do that. You want to find out where they're at. So if they say some goofy ass shit like, oh, you left my sweater, you left your sweater at my place, come pick it up. Just go and get the fucking sweater. Okay. And then see how they're acting. If they truly miss you, they will let you fucking know. All right. That's the way it works with people. You don't have to guess where people's heads are at. If they are truly into you, if they're fucking Fruit Loops, if they're weirdos, they're going to act weird. That's the truth of the matter. And what I would do is, once you learn the fundamentals, you're going to be able to see this for yourself. So when I am helping guys with dating, they're meeting, because of the way dating apps are, they're meeting so many different women. And a lot of women today have no idea how to communicate with men. They have no idea what to say. Women's game is awful. They don't know what the fuck to say to a guy. Okay. So again, set a date. Anticipation of that date is actually sometimes better than the date itself. So build up a little bit of anticipation. Let her know that you're looking forward to seeing her. And that's it. Don't pour your heart out. Don't be a weirdo, right? And show up on the date. Pick her up. Be a gentleman. Open the door. Pick her up. Tell her, and if you're really confident, and be like, I want you to wear this. It's going to look really sexy on you. Do you have a dress that's this color? Something like that. You can be, if you're confident in it, that's something I would do today, right? I'll wear this and I want you to wear that. Okay. And it's going to just build up this idea in her head. The best way to make a woman really into you is play with her imagination. Okay. So the more that you can do that, the more that you can make her just fucking wonder and think about what you're thinking and what you're about to do. is one of the best ways to turn her on. It's an aphrodisiac. So let's continue the video. And again, in my book, I'll be a lot more specific about what to do in these two situations about letting them come to you. So in a breakup situation, it's one way. In a dating situation, it's another way. Okay.
And if you want to have an intimate, sexual, mature adult relationship with a woman, do things that her lover would do. Don't make movie dates. Don't go on lunch dates. Basically, don't do things that the friends would do. Do the types of things that her lover would do. I like to describe a date as simply a romantic, fun-filled, and mysterious evening or opportunity for sex to happen.
It's simple, okay? And the reason why this goes over a lot of guys' heads. This goes over a lot of guys' heads because they're like, okay, like, what do I need to say? What do I need to... They're so worried about what to say, what to do. It's really not that hard. Just show up, right? And try as hard as you can to have a great time. That is as simple as it gets. It will flow when the two of you are a better match, okay? This is why circulating with women is important. You're going to have a better chance of meeting a woman who actually, gels with you, jives with you. This is what I say. A lot of guys have no idea because they're overthinking and they're overfeeling. Okay. I like to say overfeeling because it's really, you're worried about what that person's going to say, to you or say about you. If the date goes bad or, whatever, she might shame you. Shame, right, is what most guys are worried about when they're, trying to get a girl. Okay. And a lot of you guys aren't actually getting over your exes. So it's really important for you guys to think about, okay, is this going to be someone, this is why vetting is so important, right? Understanding red flags, because you're not going to change people. You're not in the changing people game. You're in the, I want to share my life with somebody. And it's really important that you share your life with somebody who is up here in the power section. Okay. This is what makes people attractive for a woman, right? It's going to be somebody who's compassionate and, any of these actually work for both sexes. However, us as a man, we're looking for a woman who supports us. But that also means that, fellas, you guys got to have some shit you're doing. No woman wants to support a man at being a bum. You know what I'm saying? Living in mom's basement or living in some shitty fucking apartment. I understand. Times are tough. I understand that. I get that. Times are tough right now for you guys, right? So learn how to make more money. Okay. Everyone wants to be in a relationship, and being in a relationship is your fucking birthright. But I'm telling you, when you have more money, more purpose in your life, you're going to have more direction and things that you're going to focus on that are going to make you more attractive, because masculine energy, drive, purpose, direction, getting shit done, getting goals accomplished, feminine energy, connecting, bonding, shit like that. They want to, and that's where the whole family dynamics comes in. Okay. And right now, like I said earlier, they're trying to fool you into thinking, they're trying to fool women, be career focused, make your money, right? You don't need a man in your life. And it's true. Women, you don't need men in your life at this point in where we are in society, because, you're not in serious danger all the fucking time, right? You don't really need a man to protect you all the time. You can make your own money and pay your own bills. Okay. Right. And like I said, there's got to be a balance. And that means the woman that you're dating, fellas, has to understand that mentality. But a lot of guys are like, oh, but she's so hot though, bro. Right? I'm not saying go out there and date an ugly ass bitch. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, there are things that you should be looking for as a man. This is grown man shit. This is when you go from a boy to a man. You're going to realize there are women out there who may be a 7, who may be an 8, that are far better for you than a 9 or a 10 that is a fucking Fruit Loop. Okay. So let's get back to the video.
I mean, if you're going and hanging out during her lunch hour, there's nothing going to be romantic about it. And if you do that every week or every time you see her, then you're going to become her male girlfriend. And obviously, that's not desired. The key is, are you in or you out? And you want to make a definite date. So if a woman contacts you and then you try to set a definite date with her and she's, well, give me a call. She gives you like some call back to verify nonsense where she says, well, give me a call before you come pick me up, that kind of shit. When a woman says that, there's about a 99% chance that when you actually call to verify, you're going to get a voicemail.
So again, this is where some things are starting to change, right? Because this video was shot in 2011, right? And I don't think it's much different. I just think it's a little bit different, where a girl might even say that and she'll still show up on the date. Because again, I'm watching guys go through this right now. I have my program, which I have on Telegram, where people pay monthly, right? And as they go through the dating world, I guide them. Okay. So I'm watching guys do this. And if they're too distant or cold, women are going to be like, well, this guy's not interested, and I'll just move on to the next, and they'll just go on another fucking date with another guy. Right. And that shouldn't, in that state, it's not that important. If you want to stand out, cool. Right. By being more cool than the others. But again, if you're dating a woman, and the whole point is to get to know her, because if she's the kind of girl that wants a whole bunch of male attention, you don't want that shit. You want to go out with a girl who's looking for a relationship, who's looking for someone to share her life with. Right. And sometimes you will find those on dating apps, and sometimes you're going to find them out in the world. And out in the world, you should be trying to meet people too. Okay. Just walking up to a girl and just letting her know how you think, what you think about her. If she's beautiful, tell her that. Right. But you have to be authentic about it, because if you come off the wrong way, she'll just think that you're trying to get laid. So you have to, but again, this is something that is so far out of reach for a lot of guys. It's easier for them to stay behind their fucking phones. So I get that. Go slow.
And you're never going to get a hold of her. That's how she basically left herself away to make a date with you, even though she really didn't want to go out with you. But she doesn't have to reject you to your face or on the phone. She can just basically blow you off and ignore you. And so when a woman won't make definite plans, you say, you know what, it sounds like your schedule's kind of up in the air. So why don't you just give me a call or text me when your schedule's a little more definite, or you got a little bit more time.
And guys are afraid to do that. Guys are so afraid to do that because they're like, oh, I have an opportunity with a girl. And you guys aren't circulating enough. And look, if you guys got in a great shape, right? If you looked in the mirror and you're like, I'm very proud of that, okay? If you guys got in great shape and you guys started focusing on your purpose, those two things alone, okay? Now, let me talk about purpose for just a sec. Your purpose doesn't have to be this grand, I got to build the next Apple. Okay, you determine what your purpose is and what you're going to work on, because it's important to you, right? Just make sure it's something that you have to work and build up, something that you can put your time into every single day, right? I'm building my company right now. That's my purpose right now, okay? My company's not changing the world at all, but it's changing my world. It's changing how everything I'm going to do comes forward, because now I have less worries, right? I'm invested and focused on building each brick every single day. And now I have teammates to help me build those same bricks. And now those teammates are helping other people build their bricks, right? So making money is going to be important, right? Building something in the internet world is not hard. It just takes effort. Okay. So these are those two things, fellas, are going to be the most important things. For focusing on your purpose. You can make your purpose growing something and building something to help get you to a certain place right now. And then you can sort of redefine what your purpose is. Some people really overcomplicate that, right? Now, me personally, I'm completely happy just being free. I guess being free maybe was part of my purpose, I guess. Teaching other people, part of my purpose, right? So anyway, that's a huge part of what's going to make you a more attractive guy, a happier person, an easier person to get along with. And that's going to make it easier for you to date, because you're not so fucking worried about the relationship and where it's going to go. And this is the most important part of the video, being relationship focused versus being purpose focused. One is feminine and one is more masculine. Okay. Now I'm not saying, I'm in a relationship and I focus on our relationship, but it's not the ultimate focus of my life. Okay. Growing my companies, being the best person I can be, sharing information, wealth, knowledge, shit like that with others are my purposes right now. Okay. And it's much more natural for it to be that way. Okay. And women usually make you, the family, the people in their lives, their focus, not careers, not money. Right. But again, if you're going to do that, make sure there's a balance. Okay. That's just what it is. And people are trying to tell you that it's not that way, but that's the way it's been since the dawn of time. And right now is the fad of that. Right. But I have no, like I said, personally, I have no problem with it, just as long as there's balance. Because if a woman works too much, doesn't see her family, and she's totally, totally about the money, the bag, and all that shit all the time, there's going to be no time for that feminine energy to be in the relationship. It's just purely masculine energy all the fucking time. Two people that are too masculine aren't going to be able to get along. Okay, so, and if a guy goes into his feminine energy for too much, too long, too frequently, she's not going to be attracted to him anymore. So it's going to be this mismatch, and then she's going to be like, I need a guy. Every guy I go out with just ends up being too fucking feminine, and meanwhile, she's in her masculine. I hope you guys understand that. Okay, so let me just mute that. So let's continue.
And if she really wants to see you, she'll go, no, I definitely want to see you. And just say, all right, just say, I really want to see you too, but I only got a few nights open this week, and I got lots of my friends and buddies that want to hang out and see me. And
that right there is why purpose is important. Because so many of you guys are like, all I'm doing tonight is playing Overwatch, Apex, Valorant, whatever the fuck you're playing. Okay, and you're like, I'll just go see you. So Wednesday, okay. Oh no, Thursday, okay, that's fine too. Well, Friday, oh, that's okay too, right? You don't have shit to do, so again, you're going to be easy to manipulate because you have no purpose. You have nothing to do. So,
so I don't want to make plans with you if I'm not going to know until a couple hours before whether we have a date or not. I'd rather just pass and make plans with somebody else, some other friends, or make plans with somebody I know who's going to want to see me.
Yep.
I mean, think about it. If you're a catch and you only got maybe 1 or 2 open nights a week because you're a busy professional, you're going to make plans 4 or 5 days in advance and then wait till 2 hours before you go to pick this girl up and you call to verify. And she says, oh, my parakeet died. Or my girlfriend, she's going through a really hard time and I need to be there for her. And now you got a hole in your evening. Guys that are busy are going to think, hey, she doesn't sound very excited to see me, and I got these 2 other girls that are blowing up my phone, basically telling me how they want to come over and fuck my brains out.
And so many of you guys are stuck in your feminine energy for this. Let me explain this, and let me know if this is you in the comment section down below. You can comment anonymously, use a different account or whatever. But a lot of you guys are like, okay, I got these 2 girls that really want to see me, right? And then there's that one girl who doesn't, and you're more attracted to her. You're like, I want that girl to be attracted to me, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. Do you have time for these games? Like, I have so many guys that are like, oh, what do you think she's thinking? What do you think she's doing? I'm like, I don't fucking care. Right? And see, that's the point. I'm trying to get my students and trying to get guys to think, stop trying to figure out what the fuck she's thinking or doing and start focusing on, is this what you want or not? See, a lot of guys don't actually really know what the fuck they want, right? And instead, go out with a girl who is just all about you, who really likes you, who shows up. So those 2 girls that are in his example, if you got 2 girls blowing up your phone that really want to see you, go out with them. The point of a relationship, in my opinion, is that you share your life and you want to be with somebody and hang out with somebody who's really into you, who really fucking likes you. And look, fellas, like, I'm sure you've been there with some girls in your life where when a girl's really into you, she's almost fucking borderline annoying because she's up your ass all the time. She really wants to hug you and be around you, and that's okay. Right? But that's feminine energy. That's the way they are. They want to be around you. They want to fucking experience your strength. They want to experience your energies, and that's what they do when they're really into you. Girls that are half into you, they're going to be more standoffish, less responsive in texts and shit like that. So
that's a really hard decision to make. So a guy that's a catch doesn't have time to worry about nonsense like that.
Facts.
And so it's always best to let women come to you. Remember, I say this over and over and over and over again because it's so critically important. The phone, texting, email, just like if you're in sales, that's for setting appointments, not for giving out information or having a phone ship with somebody.
So, like I said before, that is true to a degree. Because like I said, I'm watching guys go through this, and as time goes by, the way that women are today, if you are too distant, they're just going to move on to another guy because of the way dating apps have been taking the world by storm. Okay. So because women have so much access to men, and if you're too distant, she's going to have another guy lined up the next day. If you know, and she's not always going to be the one that puts forward the effort, because again, they have this message going around that men should have to work for you, girl, right? Don't chase men. Okay. Whereas, and look, that's happening. So again, I'm not saying that you should devalue yourself. Hold your cards close to your chest, but just stay relatively engaged. That's what I've been seeing working. Okay. I'm seeing that work better than just being completely distant and letting 5 days go by where there's no fucking, back before dating apps, I think that was fine. But now, no.
Because if you're talking to her on the phone and she's learning everything about you, what's the point of getting together? She already knows what's going on in your life.
And that's what I mean by holding it close to your chest. Don't reveal how you're feeling all the time, how much you miss her every single time. Just that you're looking forward to the date. You're looking forward to seeing her. Okay, I got to go back to work. Nice talking to you. See you later. Da da da. And if she tries to pull more out of you, just say, look, you'll find out about all that on our date, right? Because I'd rather see. And then she's gonna go, okay, okay. Right? She'll start doing that more and more. So, and if it's too much, then make the date closer if you can. Okay, but like I said, be purpose focused, be purpose driven, so that you have your schedule filled up, so you have things to do. Because if it's Wednesday and your date's for Friday, and she tries to move it to Wednesday, but I'm busy, right? So
there's nothing. You haven't been mysterious about anything. There's nothing to discover about you. So there's really no reason to go on a date, because you're a known quantity. She knows that she can call you and have you anytime she wants. Then she's probably going to be dating other guys that really aren't paying much attention to her, because it's just what women emotionally respond to. They want a guy that will give her the space so she can feel safe and comfortable and come to you at her own pace. And I got an email here from a guy.
So if you guys want to go through that, go watch the video. I'll try to remember to post it in the description box down below. But it's literally just called Let Them Come to You by Coach Corey Wayne. And he made this November 26, 2011. It's got 787,000 fucking views. Crazy. So I'll let you guys check that out. This video is not normally what I do with reactions. I usually go through the whole video, but I wanted to give my own takes and just have him speak a little bit, change up the video pace and whatever. So if you guys like it, drop a like, comment, blah, blah, blah. If you want coaching from me, let me know. If you want to learn how to make money, hit me up in the description box. All my info is there, Instagram and all that shit. And my book is coming out, and my new channel, lifestyle channel, how to make money, what you can do with your money, that shit. Like, I'll probably be on a motorcycle or in a nice car, and talking about how to make money.